Thanks for tuning back into Omni After Hours here on the House of Rags. We've got another battle video this week, and this is not going to be a battle necessarily about the results that we get from the two pH neutral shampoos that we have in our hands here. This is more going to be around our impressions, comparing things like the slickness, the bucket use, how they operate in a foam cannon, dilution ratios, a little bit of the cleaning power of them. But, I mean, these are two pH neutral shampoos here. So, in my left hand here, we've got Quiver. This is Rogue, so this is the pH neutral foaming soap, so really good in the bucket and in the foam cannon. And then in my right hand, we have the V2 of Incredible Suds from DIY Detail. This is a heavily concentrated shampoo, whereas this one here, you're probably going to use a bit more of it, but I guess looking at these...
What were the dilutions in the foam cannon between the two?
Well, so dilution in the foam cannon for the Incredible Suds was 31 ounces to 970 millilitres of water.
31 ounces? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
31 mils.
31 mils.
You said ounces.
Oh, sorry, definitely do not do 31 ounces. 31 millilitres, and then you top your foam cannon up to 1,000 millilitres. So very, very economical. As you can see here, actually, can you see through the bottle? You can. So our level is here, and we've already made up the foam cannon and the bucket as well with our Incredible Suds. Now with our Quiver, so this one here, we have gone and made up the same, not the same dilution, but we filled to 1,000 millilitres here as well. This one says here, mix 1 to 4 ounces of Rogue in a foam cannon. So we went on the higher end of that. We did the 4 ounces, filled up to 1,000 millilitres. There's no actual instruction on here as to how much to put in. So for comparison's sake, we thought, let's be fair. Let's top them up the same.
And there's 20 mils in each of the buckets.
Correct. There again is no bucket dilution listed on Quiver Rogue. So what we made sure we did is, to be fair, we put the same amount in both of the buckets. We'll show you those buckets in a second. And we'll get started washing this Jaguar F-Pace that we've got behind us. Now Glenn's complaining behind the camera, it's a little bit hot out here. It is, what is it? It's 23 degrees Celsius today. It's not too hot. It feels hotter. I've got my...
there's no cloud cover over the top of us.
No, there's not. So it's like straight sun onto us. I've got my Mitre 10 Mega hat on. For those of you who are from the United States, Ivan took us to a place called Menards, and I feel like you could buy a similar hat at Menards to this one here. Not for style, purely to block that sun out, because it is hot here today. But what we've got here is this Jag F-Pace, and it has been semi-neglected. You can see that we've got quite a few like hard dirt stains up here. Down on the door, I mean, I shouldn't do this, but let's just show you. Quite a bit of dirt built up on there.
I can't really see that. But
you can't see that?
People will say that this isn't a dirty car. It's probably not.
Yeah, but come and look at the wing mirror here. It has been neglected, because if it hadn't been, you wouldn't have this going on. You've got a lot of build up on the glass, and I've even seen in some of the tracks and around some of the trim here, you've got some build up of like lichen, mold, mildew.
Yeah, this car is something that probably sits outside a little bit.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I mean, this front glass, pretty dirty as well. So
pretty similar story down the front here on the bumper here.
Yeah.
Spider webs.
This car is more neglected than dirty. It's not filthy. There's no mud on it, but it definitely is sat in the elements, picked up a bit of dirt.
Just your typical road grime. And so what do you think? Do you reckon this car's got a ceramic coating on it?
I mean, we haven't touched water on it yet, so...
I doubt it.
I have no idea.
If it does, it's probably really beat. So.
Well, I'm looking in the window here, so typically what they do in New Zealand is if the dealer has put something on there, they'll have like a little Duracell or some kind of sticker in the window. This does not have one anywhere, so probably not.
So I think we'll just do one side at a time. Like, we do have to be a little bit careful. We are outside.
It's hot, direct sun.
We do have DIY water, so...
We do.
I don't know, put DIY Detail on one side and put Quiver on the other.
Okay, let's do it. So the way that we're going to do this as well is we are not going to rinse the car. We're just going to spray this straight on. You want to do a foam rinse foam with a pH neutral?
I think so.
Let's do
I think we're going to do what Ivan preaches.
Yep.
So Glenn's going to foam the vehicle down, do a dry foam,
and
let it dwell for a little bit, rinse it off, and then maybe we could just see where things are at.
Yep. We'll just hit half the car. We won't worry about the roof or anything, because with the sun we want to be quite careful here today. First thing, I can smell it in the environment, like very, very strong grape scent. And I mean, 30 millilitres in the foam cannon, filled up to 1,000.
Still generating really good foam.
There, yeah, I mean, insane foam.
That is foamy.
So I think we stop about there.
So I reckon you could probably have even put half that amount in the foam cannon.
Well, what you could do, because we're never going to use 1,000 millilitres to do a car like this, you could fill this up to 500 and then do 15 millilitres. So you could do half an ounce of the product, which means that 500 ml bottle is going to go a very, very long way.
Now what I can see here is because it's gone on so thick, we've got clumps already coming off the panel. So you can see how the big chunks are just running down. So ideally what you want on a really good soap is something that goes on like a nice thin blanket of soap, and you want it to stick to the surface to get maximum dwell time as possible. You can see how it's shaving cream thick and it's just running down the panel. So I think going forward you'd want to reduce that amount, get a thinner amount of soap, because the weight of that shaving cream sort of style is definitely responsible for lifting it off. But you can see here we've got like a dual surfactant layer here, so you can see as one layer is slipping down,
you've still got that second layer that's remaining behind.
At the top, so that's quite an interesting thing to think about there.
So let's go around the other side of the car. Let's spray the Quiver on. We're going to come back and rinse this off. We are using deionized water, so we're a little bit safe, but let's go get ahead of the game, spray on the other side, and then we can come and do a rinse. And by the time we rinse that, we should be good to rinse Quiver.
And we'll be able to show you what kind of cleaning power we've got, which I doubt it's going to tackle any of that traffic film.
And again, Quiver, pina colada, just filled the environment here. I can smell it pretty strong. And I mean, yeah, we put 4 ounces in here, so 4 times the amount of product, but we get a very similar consistency to the soap that we've got on there. It'd be really interesting to see how that runs away now.
So this side's had the time to dwell. This is the DIY detail side. A lot of the heavy stuff is now on the ground, and we've got a little bit left on the panel. So I would say it's starting to dry, so this is the part at which you'd want to rinse it away. It's probably been on here for a minute or so.
Oh yeah, I'd say 2.5 minutes maybe. So I'm going to rinse this off, and I'm going to try and rinse the same on both sides. Probably won't be able to quite do that. We've got DI, so we're safe here. All right, and I mean, you can see here, like you come back to where I've wiped my finger along before, it hasn't done a job contactless in cleaning this, which you wouldn't expect it to do, right? It's not high pH, it's not acidic, but we even know that those high pH soaps or the acidic soaps do not work when a car is this dirty in a touchless environment. You have to do a contact wash.
So the whole point of getting that foam onto there is just to let it start to break down some of that dirt and grime, and maybe release some of the sands and some of the grit that you're going to end up picking up in your wash pad.
Maybe.
But we still have traffic film, and Glenn's absolutely right. No soap on the planet that I've tried is going to get rid of that.
So let's come around to the Quiver Rogue side.
So it looks like the Quiver has probably got slightly longer dwell time, and that's probably due to the look like it had a slightly thinner foam level that when you sprayed it on.
It did, and we've got equal sun both sides of this car, like we're not working in the shade on one side or the other. So let's rinse this off as well. Okay, and I mean, same on this side. Let me just hit that, actually. Same on this side. Like, if I wipe my finger there, you know, it's done an equal job. same as the other side.
Yeah, it's done an equal job as in it hasn't done a job.
Exactly. You've got some of this bigger stuff, but it is loose. Like if I just touch this now, see? Like a lot of the stuff has been loosened by what we've done, but not to the point where it's going to be removed with a pressure washer. Some of it. And that's the whole idea of this pre-treat, is to loosen up some of the dirt on there. It's not to clean it. It is to loosen it and then make this step that we're about to get in even easier. So we've got it made up in the bucket here. As you can see, like it's such a low dilution, 20 millilitres. Either of these buckets, you don't really get any suds. So what we're going to do is add the creamer. Now we got some suds. Quiver, DIY. And we're ready to wash.
I've never understood why people like to fill the bucket up so much and then pump it all over the side. Because now we just lost half the soap on the truck.
Well, you do. You lose half of it. Not really our method, but...
And the reason why we add the cream is both of these are American products. If we were talking to Reggie from Labo Cosmetica, he'd be saying, make the cappuccino,
yep.
Italian product, you know.
So what I reckon we do, let's foam the same area. Let's do the 2 doors. Let's not like fully wash this car. Let's do the same. Contact wash, rinse, go to the other side, same again. And let's just touch and feel. See the slickness. See how it works in the bucket. Sound good?
Sound good.
Let's do that.
Alright, so bring in the bucket wash.
I think we've both got to have a turn here as well.
Well, you do a door, I'll do a door.
Yeah, let's do that. So this is...
DIY detail is in the wheelie bucket.
This is DIY. Alright, and we've got our new favourite, you probably can't see that. It's our House of Rags mitt. We've just converted all our mitts to these. Okay, it's definitely not slick on the glass, but I think the glass could be pretty contaminated. This is not a coated car, I can tell you that. So, I don't find the DIY is awfully slick in the bucket. But it's really interesting because you can't just make that judgment call when you use one soap on one particular car, because it could be very car dependent what's on the car as well. But this to me right now doesn't feel like overly slick. That grape smell continues to fill the environment as I'm ducking into the bucket. I can tell on this car we're going to have a bit of tar trouble. We're going to need to get the Tarex out, remove some of this.
I think DIY detail is just as slick as any other soap on the market. How do I know? Because I've tried this soap heaps before, in the old version, side by side. We will put one foam on the hood and the other one on the other, like one half.
Yeah, well, half the hood, so we can do them side by side.
Side by side.
And then it's very, very clear when you're running, you know, left hand with one mitt, right hand with the other mitt. And then I guess in terms of cleaning, like if I come down to the door that I've cleaned back here, so you can't see that fingerprint mark anymore, or that finger swipe, but what you can see on there is tar build-up. So those black spots you see, we're going to need to hit that with some tar remover. I think, Glenn, you might do a rinse here now.
So I guess if you come in, that's a clean panel, that's the dirty panel. So you can see quite a lot of tar left over, but that's the sort of the grime and the road traffic film that's left on the vehicle. So we'll come down around the other side.
And we'll spray our Quiver on.
And Glenn can tell you that...
it's also not slick.
Also, Glenn will tell you it's not slick, but then it will be just as slick because he doesn't really know.
So just foam that on. Go get our wash bucket. Yeah, so I still feel the resistance in this soap as well, which definitely means to me that it is down to the test pilot that we've got here, the car, rather than the soap. So both of these feel pretty darn equal to me in terms of the slickness or almost lack thereof. So equal slickness. And I bet if you pulled out another pH neutral soap, let's say Detail Co, if you pulled out the neutral soap, I think you'd probably find that you find equal slickness again. And I think a lot of that comes down to the car that you're working on, whether it's coated or not. If this car was coated, I bet the slickness levels of both of these shampoos would be next level. Any thoughts, sir?
Just feels like if these two soaps didn't have smells in them, and I didn't know which one was which, feel exactly the same.
Yeah, make sure you stop short of that quarter panel and we'll show the people after the rinse the clean versus non-clean comparison. And I can already see through the soap there, it's going to be pretty similar. Which, for me, is making me think that the difference between these two soaps is scent and dilution factor right now. And there you go. You can see the left-hand side there, non-washed versus the right-hand side. And again, very similar to the other side. All the black spots you see, that's our tar. So in terms of cleaning power, look, they're going to do the same. Okay, and just to make sure that we are pretty happy in our comparison between the slickness of the two soaps being really on par, we've got the Quiver set up here on the right-hand side, and we've got the Incredible Suds on the left-hand side, and we're going to 50-50 this hood. So we're going to spray half on half, the other half, and then we're going to get a mitt in our left hand, mitt in our right hand. Do you want to do this blind?
Nah.
You just play with it. I think you can't do this blind. You're going to smell it. You're going to have to really like cover up your nose if you're going to do that. So we've got both sides foamed here now. So our mitt's not slipping away. If this was ceramic coated, it's quite likely that it would be.
They feel exactly identical.
Yeah, which is what we found in our testing on the doors. The same.
Exactly the same.
So in that case, which one are you buying? What would you recommend to the people?
I think you buy this based on the story, right? Both products perform the same. Both have different scents. So if you like a grape scent, buy the grape flavoured soap. If you like pina colada, buy the pina colada flavoured soap. If you like Josh from Quiver, Josh V from Quiver, if you like his story and you like watching his videos, he's got a surfing background. So his brand comes from a surfing inspiration. His products smell like sort of beach themed type scents. He's designed this, he does a mobile detailer, so he works outside a lot, so he's made these products to work safe in the sunlight. He's got big volume of liquid in a bottle, so that if you are working mobile, you've got lots of chemical that will get you through the, get you through the day. So if you like that story, you're probably going to pick the Quiver. If you like the DIY detail story, which is with Nick and Ivan, those two have come together. Nick had detailing shop, did a lot of detailing. Ivan's had detailing shops across the country, very successful. Those two have come together and they do sort of educational based videos. Ivan and Nick talk a lot about how to do a process, how to do things in your garage by yourself, and they've got their own range of products. So depending on who you go for, I think the product is who you, would you use the word resonate with? Like to have as your little hero that you followed along with. I think that's how you pick this soap, because both of these are performing pretty much identical.
So you can buy both of these on thehouseofrags.com. Make sure you use the code OmniGarage. That'll save you 10% off your order. We do get a little kickback if you use that as well, but where does that kickback go? It goes right into purchasing more products like this to keep testing, keep putting head to head. So thanks for tuning in this week, and we'll see you guys next week with the next product battle.